Hari Om everyone and welcome to another session of stories from the Bhagavatam. So today we will be hearing the story of King Prachinbarhi. So Shubhaji will be narrating the story. Let us now listen.
Hari Om everyone. Let's listen into the story of Prachinbarhi. First, let's see who is this Prachinbarhi. So Prachinbarhi is the son of Havirdhana and he is the great grandson of Prithu. Prithu Maharaj story we saw in our last class. So he is the Prachinbarhi is the grandson of Prithu. So Prachinbarhi was also known as Barhisat, and he was married to the daughter of Samudra, the king of ocean. Her name was Shatadruti, and they had 10 sons called the Prachetas. The Prachetas were famous for what? They were famous for their devotion, and Lord Shiva was so impressed with their devotion that he narrated Rudra Gita to the Prachetas. And this Prachin Barhi, who was Pracheta's father, was from the Dhruva dynasty. Was as a king. Prachin Barhi was like any other person who is like us in the Kali Yuga. He was so attached to sense gratification, and all he was doing is he was doing so many yagas, yajnas, everything. So he wouldn't stop with one yajna. As soon as one yajna was over, he would continue with the next one. So this cycle was going on and on and on. And he also got the title of Prajapati because of his yajnas. But one thing, what amused everybody, or what everybody was sad about, was this Prachinbarhi, whenever he used to do the yajna, would always sacrifice animals. So the animals were getting sacrificed in large numbers because of his yajna, which he was doing very continuously. Who will be happy when so many animals are killed? Not everybody is happy, right? It is nothing but him. It brings sadness, right? Inside us. So the sage Narada, which you can see sage Narada in the picture, one day he came to Prachinbarhi's palace, and he wanted to put some sense to Prachinbarhi that what he was doing about animal sacrifice was not right. So Prachinbarhi invited sage Narada with great devotion and respect, and sage Narada wanted to enlighten him by telling him the consequence of sense gratification. What was the sense gratification he was doing? He was sacrificing the animals. So nobody likes advices, right? Even we don't like advices, right? If somebody gives us. So even Prachinbarhi was not a great fan of advice. So sage Narada, being Narada, he is always clever, right, Narada? So he's with sage Narada, with his words, narrated the story of Puranjana, so that King Prachinbarhi would understand the consequence of what he was doing. So let's listen into the story of Puranjana. Who was Puranjana? Puranjana was a king. He was a king, and he was also involved in material enjoyment. So what does Pura means? Pura means body, and Anjana means attached to the body. So he was Puranjana means, King Puranjana means somebody who is attached to his body. So material instincts was very strong for this fellow. So one day, this Puranjana went to a beautiful city with lots of gardens, and he got attracted to a girl. Who is this girl? Buddhi. Okay. The girl represents Buddhi. So Puranjana, who is strong with the body-mind complex, was attracted to the girl Buddhi. So together they married, and together they led the life of pleasure and comfort. So we all know when we use the buddhi for the right reasons, we will realize that it is nothing but ignorance, and we will rise above all these things and realize ourselves. But here, buddhi and this girl and Puranjana, it is the buddhi, it was misused, and all the things was that all their time, effort, everything went in pleasure and comfort. To the extent that Puranjana started extracting pleasure out of killing animals too. So he was getting involved in all the pleasure activities and doing nothing in the kingdom. So the kingdom didn't prosper well because both king and the queen were involved in pleasure and comfort. So which kingdom will flourish if nothing prosperous or nothing good happens? So what happened was, one day, all this is Narada is narrating the story of Puranjana to Prachinbarhi, right? So Prachinbarhi is listening to everything with full attention. So one day when Puranjana and his wife were having fun and living their life, it went on, it was a cycle, it went on, and it almost 100 years had passed. So there came 3 enemies to that kingdom, looking at the king when the king is not taking care of the kingdom, it becomes easy for the enemies to enter the kingdom and take over the kingdom, right? So there came 3 enemies. Looking at the 3 enemies, the sons of King Puranjana also saw that their father was not taking care. And there were 3 enemies also. When their will get destroyed because of the enemies. But here, Sage Narada was pointing out that the 3 enemies are who and who? The 3 enemies are old age, disease, and death. Puranjana, in his life, he was only focused on pleasure, that he forgot that one day old age, disease, and death will also come to him. So he forgot all about it. And when he forgot all about it, he got sick and he died. So this was the story narrated by Sage Narada. Okay, this is the story of Puranjana. So this is the story narrated by Narada to Prachinbarhi, so that Prachinbarhi, who was from the Dhruva dynasty, and we all know Dhruva was known to be a great king. So Narada didn't want Prachinbarhi to be so cruel to the animals, and so he narrated the story that killing animals and sacrificing animals and doing hinsa is nothing but act of ignorance. So Prachinbarhi woke up from the deep sleep of ignorance and decided that he would give up all his kingdom and all his bad things, and he would not be doing sacrifices of the animals, and realize that nothing is above and beyond self-realization. And so he started the practice of self-realization and went to the ashrama of Kapila. Okay, so let us dwell deep into the story and see how relevant it is for all of us today. When we look at things, even today, our happiness doesn't come from material things. For example, if you want a chocolate, will you be eating chocolate every day, every time you feel like eating? what will happen? You'll get a stomach ache, right? So that will be after some time, yeah, you will get bored of chocolates. So these are all happiness which we derive from material things, and it lasts only for a shorter period. But where will we get unlimited happiness? We will get unlimited happiness when we do service to God or become a great devotee of God. Bhakti helps in all these things, right? Bhakti helps in bigger happiness for all of us rather than the momentary happiness which we get out of material things. So, it is also said that animal sacrifices is not good because when the law of karma is being practiced, when the law of karma comes in the picture, when you kill the animal in the next janma, the animal can kill you. So it is now as per the law of karma, we should not do any bad, or we should not do any harm to anybody, be it living things or non-living things. That is the message of this story. Padmaji, you want to add something?
Yeah, wonderful story of Prachinbarhi. And before we move to the questions of Prachinbarhi, right? Let us look at one more picture that we have here. So everybody can see a picture of Krishna riding the chariot with the 5 horses and Arjuna is seated, right? So Krishna only was the charioteer of Arjuna during the Mahabharata war, correct? So now here, if you look at this picture, here, who are we? Who are we representing in this picture? We are Arjuna. Okay. And Bhagavan or Sri Krishna is the charioteer. Charioteer is who? One who is driver of the chariot. Okay. And what does the chariot represent here? Chariot is like our body. Okay. So what is important about the body or about the chariot? The body has to be kept healthy. Only then it will function, right? Just like the chariot also has to be proper. Both the wheels has to be even. It has to be running. Otherwise, we cannot travel in the chariot. Okay, similar is our body. And then the 5 horses. You can see the 5 horses in the picture, right? So the 5 horses represent the 5 senses that we have. Which are the 5 senses that we have? We have the sense of hearing, sense of sight or seeing, then the sense of smell, the sense of taste, and the sense of touch. So the 5 senses are represented by the 5 horses. Now, who is holding the reins that are coming from the 5 horses? It is Krishna that is holding the reins, or the charioteer is the one who is holding the reins. Now, what happens if the charioteer doesn't hold the reins together? There are 5 horses, right? All the 5 horses will run in 5 different directions. They don't know where to go. And when they don't know where to go, where will the chariot follow? Which horse will it follow? Because all the 5 are connected to the chariot. So then the chariot will not know where to go. So there has to be someone who is holding all the reins of the 5 horses together so that all the 5 can go in one direction, and thereby the chariot will also follow that horses, and the person or Arjuna can reach to his destination. Okay. Now here, what is the destination? The destination is nothing but Bhagavan himself. We have to reach the highest or the supreme, or we have to realize ourselves. That is the journey that we have to take. So in this story also, in the story of this Puranjana, finally what was conveyed by the story of Puranjana? That we should not be focusing on the material things, because it is, first of all, one is it is temporary. Okay, it is changing every time. So what we have to go after is the thing which is permanent, which is unchanging, which is only God or Bhagavan. Okay. And how do we do that? How do we go towards something that is permanent and higher and which is more important for us? By love, unconditional love and bhakti towards Bhagavan. Okay. So this is what the picture depicts here. Now let us go to the questions. When I ask the questions, please raise your hand. Okay. So which dynasty was King Prachin Barhi related to? Which dynasty he came from? Yes, Ram Sharan.
From Dhruvas.
Dhruva's dynasty. Yes. Okay. Next question is, who is this Prachin Barhi's father? Yes, Ramakrishna.
Padmaji, there is some disturbance.
Ah. Anyone else? Who is Prachin Barhi's father? Okay. Ramakrishna, you will answer. Okay, let me go to the next question. Ramakrishna, you can answer that. Okay.
No. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I am ready.
Yes.
It was Haridhana.
Havirdhana. Yes, Havirdhana. Prachin Barhi's father. Okay. Now, Prachin Barhi married someone. Okay. Who was he married to? Yes, Ram. You're muted. Could you please unmute?
Daughter of Sagara, ma'am.
Daughter of Samudra. What was her name? Do you know what was her name? Remember? Yes, Ramakrishna.
Barihi Sat.
No, Barhisat was another name of Prachin Barhi. Okay. So the daughter of Samudra was called Shatadruti. That is the wife of Prachin Barhi. Now together Prachin Barhi and Shatadruti had how many sons? Yes, Ram Sharan.
10, ma'am.
10. Okay. What were they called, Ramakrishna? Yes, Ramakrishna.
Prachitas.
Prachetas. Yes. Okay. Next question is, this Prachin Barhi was doing lot of yajna, right? Because of so many yajna. Which title did he get? Yes, Ram.
Prajapati.
Prajapati. Yes, correct. Now, he was sacrificing a lot of things in the yajna. But what is the one thing that he sacrificed most in the yajna? Yes, Ram. Yes, Ram. Ram Sharan, yes.
Animals.
Animals, yes. Lots and lots of animals were sacrificed. Okay, now next question is, who narrates the story of Puranjana to Prachin Barhi? Yes, Ramakrishna?
Narada.
Yes, Narada Muni. Okay. Next question is, in the name Puranjana, what does Pura means? Yes, Ram Sharan?
Body.
Body. Okay. And he married a girl, right? What does the girl represent? Yes, Ram Sharan?
Buddhi.
Buddhi.
The
Very
brain.
good. Yes. Girl represents the Buddhi. Now, after this Puranjana was living with his wife in comfort, there were 3 enemies who attacked Puranjana's kingdom. Who were they? The three enemies. Okay, Ram Sharan, you can tell one.
Death.
Death. Okay. Ramakrishna, another one more. Two more are there. Ah. Diya Disha, who were the three enemies who attacked? Okay. They were old age, disease, and death. Okay, three enemies. Now, what is this in this picture that you are seeing? Okay. Who are we represented by in this picture? Yes, Ramakrishna?
Arjuna and Krishna.
No, we are represented only by Arjuna. Okay. Bhagavan, who is Bhagavan representing as? Krishna is who here?
As Bhagavan.
Yeah, but he is also, what is he doing in the picture?
He's
Arjuna is traveling, no?
yes. Krishna is driving the chariot.
Yes, correct. Or he's also called the charioteer. Okay. Diya Disha, what are the horses representing here? What are the five horses?
Senses.
Five senses. Very good. What are the five senses? Can you name them?
Sound, touch, sight, taste, and smell.
Very good. Okay. So these are the five senses. So for today, the moral of the story is what? What do we learn from Puranjana's story and Prachinbarhi's story? Yes, Ram Sharan.
Karma is a ball that bounces stones.
Very nice. You have summed it up very beautifully. Ram Krishna, what is the lesson that you learned from Prachinbarhi's story?
We should do good deeds at a time.
Okay. Anything else you want to share? Okay. Diya, what did you learn from this story? Anything you felt after listening to the story? How should we be to animals? He was sacrificing so many animals, no? King Prachinbarhi. Is that a right thing to do? Sacrificing so many animals? No. Yes. So we should be kind to animals. We should not be killing them. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of the story of Prachinbarhi, which also had the story of Puranjana. So let us see next week which story is awaiting us. Hari Om, everyone.